Good morning, good afternoon and good evening to you, the wonderful and great people of this tube we are in right now. Hope you're feeling grand today, hope you're feeling well and always great in your world. Somebody asked a question, how to get John Frusciante's Can't Stop guitar tone out of the Marshall MG. And I'm pretty sure somebody asked this, how to get it out of the CR120 as well. So today, I will be answering those questions. So I'm going to start with the MG first, and I'm going to move on to the CR120. And basically, I'm going to tell you what the EQ I've got on each amp is. I'm running, as usual, through my Marshall AX cab. Using my Road 1 Strat in typical John Frusciante style. You need the Sunburst Stratocaster, otherwise it just doesn't work. I'm joking, of course. Or am I? I don't know. We just don't know. Anyway, moving along to the actual amplifier settings. So, straight in, I haven't got any pedals, as you can see. So this is straight into the amplifier. Easy Tiger. I'm using the overdrive channel, as it kind of gets closer to that kind of Marshall Plexi, Silver Jubilee broken up kind of sound. So, because the clean channel on the MG, if you engage the crunch, kind of gets close, but it's more like John's early tone, like, you know, like Mother's Milk and like, you know, and that kind of sound. It's very kind of harsh, kind of clean sound, like, you know, when he was 18. Not fair. Anyway, moving along. So yeah, the clean channel I'm not using at all, so that's all on 0. I'm using the overdrive channel OD1. That's kind of what you want to be going for. So that's switch out. And then the EQ I've got is I've got the gain at 2, which is like 9 o'clock. Bass is at 10, middle, treble and contour are all off, so they're all on 0. And volume is all the way up on 10. And I'm not using anything on the effects. I'm not using the reverb, I'm not using the effects loop. Master volume is just below, it's like between 1 and 2, because the MG is shockingly loud. And I've got the FDD in. So, that gives you this sound. You can do all the Chili Peppers songs with that as well. You know, it's that, you know, typical John Frusciante kind of crunch tone. It's not really clean at all. I wouldn't say it's clean at all in the slightest, you know. And also, just one thing to mention, I didn't actually mention this in my How to Sound Like John Frusciante video, is John would switch cabs a lot. Like, during the By the Way era, he used A cabs only. Never used the B cab. They were there, but he never used them. He only used the A cab. During Stadium Arcadium, he used the B cab, and you can hear a difference in his sound. And during, Californication era, he also used A cabs as well. So that's, you know, A cabs do sound brighter than B cabs, and I don't know why that is. You know, it must be just more mass in the cabinet. I don't know, but so this is kind of like, you know, the By the Way era kind of sound, you know, if you will. So you know, really gives you that kind of aggressive kind of clean tone, which is, you know, which he really, you know, sounds ace. It sounds great. I absolutely adore this sound. So let's move on to the CR120 now, and let's get the same sound out of that beast there. Okay, so moving on to the CR120 Can't Stop sound. Again, I'm using the dirty channel on the CR120 because the clean channels just never quite get enough kind of dirt. And I say, I'm talking about, you know, being straight in. If I'm using a pedal, I'd probably use the clean channel, but I'm not. So straight into the amp, I'm using the dirty channel. Volume is all the way up on 10. Treble is on 0, so that's off. Middle is like 2.5. It's between 2 and 3. So it's kind of like it's kind of between, yeah, 9 and 10 o'clock, kind of say. And bass is on 4, gain is on 4, and it sounds like this. Do your other, you know, your other. You get a lot of, that's the Chili Peppers clean sound. That's the John Frusciante clean sound anyway, where it is big, it's massive. But it's still got kind of a fair bit of cut into it, I get carried away playing John Frusciante stuff because it's one of my heroes, so I could play this all day. But so yeah, I hope that's been informative anyway. But I'd say results unfortunately will vary, but hopefully that gives you a good kind of what's the word, like stepping stone, hopefully, to kind of get you closer to that kind of can't stop sound. This is how I would get it using the dirty channels on the MG and the CR120. Again, it just gets closer to that kind of broken up amp sound. Again, no pedals though, so that's another thing to kind of take into consideration. Normally, getting John Frusciante's sound, I used to use an Ibanez Tube Screamer. Now I use the Golden Plexi pedal by Tone City. That's what I use to kind of get that. I run my amp very clean. Like if I'm using the CR120 Live or the MG Live or recording or whatever, I'll normally run it very clean. And then I use like the Golden Plexi just to boost it basically and just push me into that territory, and that kind of stays on all the time as my kind of core kind of clean sound, and everything kind of goes on top of that. But I say if I'm not using pedals, this is what I do to get that kind of clean sound. And yeah, hope it's been informative. Hope this helps you out who asked these two other questions on these two amplifiers. And I will see you again very, very soon for another video. Probably another Sounds Like video next. So yeah, see you again. Goodbye now.